I'm talking to everybody else before I tell them to deal with the hair. Good morning. Good morning. I gotta grab my coffee.
Mom's lying right now. What?
What are you saying, Jan?
I'm not saying anything.
I hear you.
No.
I hear you.
Mom's gonna say that
Mom's gonna say what?
that she fit her hair like that because.
I want to talk about the hair. Okay. I was doing something, so I put my hair up. And I'm like, I'm gonna leave it like this. Okay. And I said to my sister, like joking around, I said, what do you think about my hair? All right. Hi. She's like, and I was gonna like fix it. I can't really see. I was gonna fix it. I got toothpaste. And she's like, no, she's like, you look like, what'd she say I look like? Fingers out of your mouth. Magnificent or something. I'm like, I don't know what that is. And I'm like, Kaden, I'm like, you dare me to leave my hair like this?
No, she did not.
And then he said, well, Ma, it looks, what'd you say? It looks fine. Get your fingers out of your mouth.
I didn't say it looked fine.
So I said,
she's just lying, guys.
I'm not lying. Will you stop? That sounds horrible. I'm talking to thousands of people right now.
Thousands?
Yeah, thousands are going to watch this video.
It probably says 18.
6 to 18. What is that?
No, are you live?
Yes, I'm live.
Then how many people are watching?
How many people are watching?
Yeah.
So plenty of them. Okay.
Plenty?
Plenty.
Let's hear.
So, I don't know. There's only 19 right now, but plenty are going to watch this video. So, anywho. You're so cook. Is that cute or cook? What's cooked? Is that high? I'm not high. So, anywho. I was like, I felt uncomfortable with my hair like this. But I said, you know what? Leave it. So, we all get put in uncomfortable situations, right? So, I pretty much put myself in an uncomfortable situation this morning, and I'm totally okay with it. All right? So, I'm leaving it. All right? Lots to talk about. So if you need to put yourself in an uncomfortable situation, if you need to put yourself in an uncomfortable situation, then put yourself in an uncomfortable situation. This is going to drive me nuts, though, that it's coming out. Maybe I can just fix that. See how it is when you're in an uncomfortable situation? You're like, what do I do? What do I do? All right, so that's a problem. I'm already fixing it because I'm uncomfortable. So let me at least try to get that part under control so I don't feel as uncomfortable. You know what it reminded me of was, who's that person? Princess Leia? Does she do something like that? Kim, I left my uncomfortable looking hair for the video. I left my uncomfortable looking hair in the video. So, lots to talk about. All right. Let's get situated. You need to go have breakfast.
I did.
No, you didn't.
I know. I'll eat after.
No, go eat now.
Why?
Because it's past breakfast.
It's not.
Just go grab it and come back out. I don't care where you sit. I just want you to eat breakfast. Okay, child? Mm-hmm. And that's strong today. And open the other side of the curtain. So, part 7 was intense. Yeah, I know. It was a little intense. I know.
Mom, tell them where you've been.
Where have I been?
In bed.
In bed?
Yeah.
I've been in bed.
In bed.
I slept in today.
Yeah.
A whole lot. Are you laughing at me? You're not? I am working. Bye.
Your work.
Everyone say bye to my sister Kim. Stop it. She doesn't want to be involved. Bye, Kim. They're all saying bye. Have a good day. Bye. She's so uncomfortable. And it's so crazy because out of all the children going on your phone,
yeah,
Let me see. I'll show everybody. Who is it?
Ricardo.
Jacato?
No, Ricardo Myers.
Ricardo? Myers? I don't know.
Miles.
What is that?
It's a meme, Mom.
It's a meme?
Yes.
He picks the weirdest things to put on his telephone.
Telephone? Are you okay?
Cell phone? I called it a telephone. That's what it's actually called, you know. A telephone.
Back in the 18s.
1800s? Back in the 1800s? You sure about that? Einstein? Sure about that?
Yep.
Lots to talk about, okay? Listen to this. I keep waking up. Oh, I almost gelled these down for you guys because I say it every morning about J-Lo. What, baby? Yeah, well, now you got to put it on the oven. Now it's frozen.
Look how cool it looks, though.
Look how cool it looks. Do you want to show everybody how cool it
Now you
looks?
can feel it, Mom. It's really cold.
Frozen Gatorade. How cool is this?
Oh.
Who brought the cool kid to the party? Who brought the cool kid? So, I wake up every morning for like the last 4 mornings. Break up with your girlfriend. Yeah, because I'm bored. Okay? So apparently, Kate and John,
Gotta go get breakfast.
see ya. No one wants to be ya.
You're
Ah,
fine.
I try. So, can you bring me a tissue, please?
I just fell.
So, that, I don't have a boyfriend, okay? So, or a girlfriend,
Close
all
enough.
right? So, thank you. That works, because my nose is running. Better go catch it. All right? You love the, oh, look at, she loves the ponytail buns, okay? There's a funny story behind those ponytail buns. In the beginning of the story, I put them back to do something. I was going to do my makeup. I did some makeup, but I was really going to do my makeup, so I put my hair back. Okay, I'll tell you real quick since you're all popping on. And I was like, oh, I said to my sister, I'm like, I'm going to leave my hair like this, you know, and I was like, I would never. I feel like uncomfortable. So I felt like being uncomfortable because I got to get used to feeling uncomfortable. And believe me, I already fixed one. Okay. It's an uncomfortability thing. I'm rolling with it. I don't know why they're putting me in this situation. It's an uncomfortable, a lot of things to talk about too, to be honest with you. So it's just that type of day, but we're all going to put through, right? So break up with your boyfriend or your girlfriend. This is like the 4th morning where I legitimately wake up and I'm like, break up with your boyfriend. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm pretty sure it's girlfriend. And I'm like, I don't even have a boyfriend. Okay. So there's a lot of people out there that are bored, but yet you're still in a situation where you're bored because you don't want to get out of it. Okay. Problem. So there's that. Again, got woken up last night. Today it was started it on my phone because I was like half asleep. And the TV went on again, and it was 2 girls. What's that show? 2 girls. I don't know. It had nothing to do with the girls, though. The TV was on. And I looked up the message this morning, and there was a scripture on my phone. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like a biblical scripture. And I'm like, that's weird, because I always look up spiritual meanings. 2 broke chicks. I think that's what it is. Yeah. So I thought to myself, like, what am I going to be broke? Like, what is that, a message? And I'm like, no, that's not a message. It's just, that's how they wake me up. Because the minute they wake me up, I go straight to my phone to see what time it is. I'd really like a good night's sleep, to be honest with you. So, I didn't write down the whole thing, but I wrote down like some of it, okay? And it was talking about, because I actually went to bed last night and I'm like, I cannot believe I did a video like that. Like, I have no problem talking about sexuality and intercourse, but like, that's not the direction I'm going in. So it's like, I ask the angels or guides sometimes, like, why do you have me discuss stuff like that? Like, I get it, but why are we putting it this way? Because in all reality, I feel like with stuff I talked about yesterday, and I told you, I felt like it was a test, a little bit of a test for you guys, you know, passion, tension, not tension, well, probably tension too, but temptation. So as I'm looking over this scripture, because I do ask all the time, like, why, not all the time, but sometimes when I'm like, why, like, I get I'm the messenger. Like, I just question it sometimes. I'll just leave it at that, okay? But what I came across in this scripture, it talked about free will, which is ironic because we talked about free will the other day. But it also talked about strength and satisfaction. And strength and satisfaction have been on the board. I didn't write down the whole entire scripture. Okay, it was biblical. I believe it was either Christian or Catholic, but it was strength and satisfaction. Okay, so a lot of people right now are choosing empowerment and not pleasure, and take advantage of the power. So that was clarification for me and clarification for you that what we discussed was right. Okay, because it was like I'm encouraging people to go have sex. Like, so good morning, sweetie. So they confirmed that for me, which I thought was great. So if you're questioning why Court had that conversation with you, stop questioning. Okay. I came across, and that was like, I took out a lot of words because spirituality is all religions. Okay. But I didn't want it to sound like a biblical scripture. But then we were talking, I came across free will. Good morning, sweetie pie. And it says, you are free to cross. Okay, so basically, you may accept or reject when it comes to free will. It's like the message from the heavens, okay? It's given by man to have free will, or there will be punishment. Some people, and I took out a lot of words, and I've talked about that, guys. There is free will to an extent. We all have free will. But don't think for 1 second that if you choose not to go in a direction where you know you're being called to, don't think there won't be punishment. And I know that sucks. And it's like, it's hard for me sometimes to even deliver messages like this because I try to stay in the happy medium, okay? But I can't always stay in the middle lane, all right? And I think to myself, sometimes it's like we talk about certain stuff and I'm like, God, I feel like I'm like running a cult. I don't want to be that person. But it's like someone has to deliver these messages. And when I get clarification on them because I question what I'm doing, okay, and then they give me clarification, I'm totally cool with that. All right. So basically, I know a lot of people have a hard time with that, but like you need to understand, and it's my belief, and I'm guessing it's your belief being on a spiritual channel, that when it comes to free will, yeah, there's free will, but you need to understand, each scripture, each religion, if you don't go towards free will, there's a punishment. And I've said it plenty of times, other aspects of your life will come crashing down. Okay. So that's not what the point I was trying to make. Oh, so we all come into this life, okay, with a contract, a soul contract, all right? And you're meant to follow it. And if you don't, then you get the consequences on how you live your life, all right? So it's you think of something and your life comes crashing down. Well, it's happened to all of us, right? So it's like, yeah, reap what you sow. What goes around comes around. Like, but people don't understand the bigger meaning to it. It all has to do with free will, and people have a strong belief on that. But at the end of the day, no matter what scripture you read from what religion, spiritual or not, it is what it is. Okay. So I'm not going to read word from word with scriptures. Okay. That's why I left a lot of that out. But I will tell you, it's going to be changing. All right. And not in a religious say per se, but like everyone keeps saying, oh my God, your hair is wicked cute. Well, thank you. But I'm going to tell you right now, when I did my hair this one, I put this back I was gonna do a whole bunch of makeup, not like a whole bunch, but like I was actually gonna do my makeup today. I was like, I'm gonna watch a tutorial. Like it was so weird, the energy, right? And then I'm like, frig this, like I don't have time for this shit. So I come out, I'm getting ready, I put my sweater on, I get chilly, and my sister's like, are you going live like that? And I'm like, no, I laughed. And then Caden's like, I dare you. And I'm like, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to put myself in an uncomfortable situation. So it's funny that you guys think it's cute, but in all reality, I'm kind of uncomfortable with my hair like this, but I chose to sit in uncomfortability because I know there are certain things that I'm preparing for when I start talking about certain things. It's not always comfortable. So I kind of feel like I have to be an example, all right, where it's so, everyone's put in uncomfortable situations and it has a lot to do with that free will. All right. You can choose to go towards it or not towards it. But when somebody is awakened and they understand they need to go towards something and they don't, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, leading by example, putting myself in an uncomfortable situation. I mean, I don't think it's like horrible, but it does make me uncomfortable. And a lot of things that I was reading this morning, how they wanted me to read like word from scripture, kind of made me uncomfortable, even though I'm Catholic, but not everyone's Catholic. This is not a Christian channel, it's just not, it's a spiritual channel. So I do like that they gave us the whole strength and satisfaction, and that sometimes we forget because we're so focused on empowerment. Because when strength and satisfaction come on the board, what they're basically saying, and a lot of readers don't read it this way, and this is new to me, but how they want me to read it is, which one are you? Do you have the strength to go after that empowerment, or with pleasure? You know what I'm saying? It's like, are you going after it? Are you taking advantage of it? Because it's important to have both. Because I questioned it before I went to bed, saying, I cannot believe I talked about that. Okay. But it's like, I can and I can't. I'm so comfortable talking about stuff like that. But I told myself, like, basically, I'm telling everybody to go freaking have sex. You know what I mean? But then, like, I was like, holy shit. But then I woke up to that scripture, and they legitimately confirmed it for me. Like, it's okay, Court. Like, it was okay that you did that, because women and men need to feel that empowerment. But what's important, and what I was saying yesterday, is that both are necessary. So now when I see satisfaction on the board and strength, Spirit wants me to decipher for you guys. Obviously, do you have the strength to go after what it is you want to go after? Can you feel that empowerment? Can you combine it? Because what they're saying is that when those two come out together, there's lack of pleasure. Okay. And it's either satisfaction in a sexual way or a happy way, or not enough strength to go after satisfaction. Okay. So yeah, basically, the scripture I read was basically like talking about me, like, dear child, you have been saved, but there's still more that's coming, and it's free will. And basically, as your mother, I know you'll do what's right. And I tell myself, as long as I'm passionate about what I'm doing, I will be that person. And I don't feel like a puppet. I don't, because I'm happy about what I do and how I present. Okay. So, like, to me, it's like, bring it on. I do know with some of this stuff, and it's not going to be religious like that. I mean, it might, I don't quite know which route I'm going to choose. Okay. And it's tough because you get tempted by money to go in one route, and then you get tempted with something to go in another route for less money. But it's like, it's never about the money. But don't think money does not cross your mind. Okay, especially when you got 4 children and you're getting dollar signs like that. That's part of free will too. That's part of, what are you actually choosing? Are you choosing money, or are you choosing passion? Are you choosing money and then you're going to try to squeeze in passion? It doesn't work that way. You know what I mean? So it's like, I still have a lot that I need to figure out too. But I'm going to be just fine because I know I'm going to choose what I want to choose. But I don't believe they're going to have me reading scriptures. I'm not a preacher like that. I don't stand in front of like congregations and you know what I'm saying? So I'm not really worried about that. But I do know religious war is only a matter of time. And I do know that spirituality will have a big pull with this generation. And this is why I'm here. Okay. So hopefully I don't sound too much like a person who's running a cult because it's not my intention. But like I read another scripture in the same paragraph. I didn't write it down, but kind of like the people that feel empowered, they get put in situations to make them look weak, you know, and it's like it's true. It's like everything I was reading, I was like, holy shit. You know, but anywho, I wanted to bring that up. Really important with strength and satisfaction. And it clarifies me telling you to go have sex. Okay. Because I was like, I cannot believe I just told them to go have a one night stand, to go open the floodgates. And I swear, I only hear every once in a while, but I was like, do you remember when I said to you, I'm like, who wants to sit in their own puddle? I literally heard like laughing, like they were laughing at me, like Courtney, like I just love you, you know. But it's like, I'm like, oh my god, I'm like, did I say that on air? You know, but like, I am who I am. They love my character. I play a role the right way. You know what I mean? Certain ways, and I do it so nonchalantly or gracefully or not. Like who gives a shit what people think when it comes to that, you know what I mean? But sometimes I question it because I'm like, I'm telling all these people to go have a one night stand or go be with somebody new. But then I got the confirmation that I did the right thing. All right, because there's so many people so focused on one or the other right now, and it's like you got to combine all of them, you know. So stop sitting in your own puddle. All right, go create that puddle with someone new. It's all good. You got to combine everything, and it is part of free will. You know, it truly is. And I'm telling you, some of you will stay in that lesson even longer, thinking you're doing the right thing. But it's also a little mini test for you too. You know what I mean? Because it's like there's also a little test there. All right. So because at the same time, especially when it comes to desire, some of you need to hold back and wait for a certain situation, or you know what I'm saying. So it's tough. We all find ourselves in tough predicaments, but I just love the fact that when I ask for answers, I get them. I get confirmation through spirit, and I get it through cards too. But when I get woken up like that, that's why I'm saying I can't tell you how important it is to watch for certain numbers. And last night was 504. All right. And it brought me to a biblical scripture versus the breakdown of the number spiritually. Okay. So I know they're going to start having me really get into it like that to break things down for you, because it does not matter what religion or who you believe in. They're all linked. They're all linked. Okay. So, and even in a biblical sense, the sevens are based on planets and cosmos, and it's just, it was insane what I came across in the biblical sense when I started like just kind of like putzing through like what was on my phone, because it literally, I always go, it's all the divine, no matter who you believe in. And I normally always go to a spiritual meaning. And today they legitimately put the scripture on my phone because they wanted me to read the scripture. Not necessarily to you guys, but it's most definitely, I gotta open these curtains, most definitely a message for the collective. And, oh, hi, squirrel. Oh, hi. Oh, you hear me talking to you? That's ironic. Oh my God, he legitimately is here listening to me and all the windows are shut. Look at this squirrel. He's just like fantasized. Hi. Oh yeah, you want to come see me? want to come see me? Oh, no, I'm going to dig a hole. You should have seen the bunnies in my mom's yard last night. They were insane. I didn't realize she had so many. So now we're gonna read cards, but like I am that messenger. Do I have a booger? Booger? Anyone booger? There was a hawk. You saw a hawk? There's lots of hawks around here. Oh, in your yard? Anyone? Do I have a booger? I do. I got a booger. Yeah? Great. I'm talking about the booger, not the bunny. I just wiped my nose. Booger? No, thank you. We went through this the other day. So, I don't know. That squirrel was looking at me. But lots of bunnies. Thank you. Lots of bunnies in my mom's yard last night. And normally she only has like 2. I felt like it was like in a creepy movie. Like, what the fuck? There was like a congregation of them. So, anywho, that was important for me to message. And I'm telling you, I'm real tired of waking up to break up with your girlfriend. Okay? 4 or 5 days in a row. I'm getting real tired of waking up to that. So if you guys are with somebody and you're effing bored, please move forward. Okay? Please. So I kind of want to use a deck I haven't used in a while. So let me go bust one out. Get your mind out of the gutter. Oh my goodness gracious. Hey, bud, did you make breakfast? Huh? Did you make breakfast? Cheerios. Cheerio, bloke. Can you see me in the mirror? Could you just see me? My nose? My nose is just running. Yeah, let me go bust one out. Good thing I'm not a guy, right? Oh, girls can do it like this. Anywho, grab this deck. We haven't had this in a while. Ooh, happy birthday. Happy birthday. So, let's see what we get. And again, break up with your girlfriend. Yeah, because I'm bored. You can hit it in the morning like it's yours. Something like that, I'm telling you. So it's like some of you guys are just cheating anyway. So stop. And it could be, and I got the goosebumps. So it's like, and it could be linked to another reason why that person I talked about yesterday came at me knowing he was married, you know. And it's like, that's where temptation kicks in. Okay, so it's like, there's a reason why all this stuff is coming together. All right, so majority of you are cheating. All right, I'm not saying all of you, but thousands watch these. Hundreds of you are definitely cheating. Okay, there's no way. I got the goosebumps. There's no way you're not. All right, so don't fool yourself. And it's like, just get out of that situation, please. Because if I wake up one more morning to break up with your girlfriend, yeah, because I'm bored, I'm going to freaking lose my shit. Okay? So get yourself out of that situation. All right? It's like, no one wins in that situation because someone's eating their cake and having it too. So why would anybody break up with the other one if they got it made? You know? So there is that. I feel like they want me to take you outside again. This is ridiculous. Do you guys need to listen to the birds? All right. I haven't broke these out in a while. I'm going to put a crystal on this. Yeah, we're going to go listen to the birds for a minute. And if anyone doesn't like it, sorry, get off my channel. All right? That's for real. For realsies. because it's only a matter of time. I almost just broke the news to you guys, which I cannot do. So, let me take my slippers off, put on my daughter's floppers. She got new floppers for Easter. She got new floppers. Oh, there goes my nose again running. It must be allergies. She got new floppers. My kids love these. All right, hold on. All right, so look at the backyard. Needed a boost of nature. Look at the trees, the flowers budding. They're budding. My ma's got like so many bird houses out here. So many. So my dad has this fire pit, right? We're getting it replaced this weekend for like Father's Day while they're gone, so we're gonna surprise him. He's obsessed with this fire pit, and it's old, and it's like nothing. Look at his little pile over there that my mom lets him have. Okay, it's like Dad, what is that? He's what do you call those? A creature of nature? A nature creature of, is that what it is? So we're gonna switch it up on him while he's gone. But it's chilly. Hi, Finny. So we're gonna do that. I'm excited to do that. I'll be excited. Well, he's not gonna have a choice. You know what I mean, jelly beans? You know how many dead animals I have in this yard? My dogs, my cats, Kai, my little Kai is in this yard. And the other day, remember when we were outside? I didn't even want this cigarette, it's weird. Remember when we were outside, I was like, oh, the bird confirmed. I didn't even think about it. I didn't even like think to myself, like, Kai used to do that. I miss Kai. I really do. There's another bird in the bird shop that I want, and I know he belongs to me. He's been there for about 6 months. He's a couple grand. It's not about the money, but like my parents would have a freaking heart attack. But I want him. But I'm about to do so much traveling that like I can't have him. But I have a feeling like he'll be in that bird store for a long time until I get him, because I know he's mine. And I'm telling you, I walk in there and he's like, hi, I love you. He says, he just talks and talks. He runs to the cage. I take him out. Because I used to go into the bird shop. I used to go into the pet store like once a week to get like the mouse for Juji and, you know, feed the rats and Sheldon, you know, all that stuff. So, I know him very well. But it's very noisy out here. So my ma's got these great blue herons that she calls hers. They come out. There was a fox in the yard the other night. There's always deer. There was a moose last week. No bears. We get bobcats. Is that what they're called? Bobcats? Or no, the ones that go in the trees. They're not bobcats. They're kind of vicious. Not lynx. I know they're around here, but that's not it either. Mountain lion? I don't think it's a mountain lion either. Hi. There's a bird over here that was like literally in my ear. Lots of cardinals. And these cardinals, they're no joke. My mom's got like a little garden right there. It's got like a Japanese maple she planted for her dad. It's so like luscious out here in the like when it really like pops in. It's nice. It's nice. We grew up here. So I moved from Lawrence when I was about out loud. not Wyndham. Not Wyndham. Different town. It doesn't even matter. I'm leaving. I think they're moving soon too. But came to New Hampshire, and I always went to school in Mass though. I had a hard time. Like looking at people. Like, what do you call them? Like, I'm not even gonna say the word. But you picture me coming from Lawrence, right? Living on the blocks. Good block radius, can't leave the block. You know what I mean? To here, where people wearing like, I can't even tell you. And I came over with my like starter jacket and crisscross outfits. You know what I mean? Like, it was like people looked at me and my sister like, what the effle sticks? Like, where did you come from? It was a whole lot. It was a whole lot. I never quite adjusted, but always been a people person. All right, we done with the birds. Listen to the birds for a minute so we can do our reading. And those are all like lilac trees over there. It's awesome here. But my mom just had a whole bunch of trees removed that were dead. So she's all bent out of shape because that was all filled with ferns. I'm talking hundreds and hundreds of ferns. She loved her ferns. She's already like a mess about it. Gonna take a couple years for them to grow back. All right, we're coming in. Oh, you guys think you need a treat because you're in the house. Just honestly, you know what's happening? It's almost like I'm preparing for like what's next. But I want to do a reading. Let's get the dogs a treat because they feel every time they come in the house, they get a treat. That's my dad's liquor cupboard. I go in there every once in a while. All right, let's do this now that we've been chatting. Cade, hey. No? You weren't feeling it? He wasn't feeling it. So, let me put you here. Now let my crystal sat on these. Let me put you there a minute. All right. The clock just said 12:22, even though it's 10:15. The Carrick said 12:22. All right. So now we're gonna do our read. Now that we're 40 minutes in, if somebody wants to timestamp that, because so many people love my readings, but they can't stand when I like communicate with you guys. So it's like, sorry, not sorry. So, anywho, anyone have any questions before we begin the reading? Anyone? I was in the bathroom the other day, and it's like a window near the toilet. Anywho, I was going to pee. And I looked out the window, and a bird like hovered. It looked like a hummingbird, but it's not hummingbird time yet. It's too cold here. And so it was a smaller bird like that, and it hovered right in front of the window. I'm like, oh my God. I got the goosebumps. And then another one came and like shooted out of the way, and they both like left. And I'm like, oh, that's weird. Like, is it time for me to soar? This was weeks ago. But I got the goosebumps. It's a bigger message there. I haven't figured out what that one was yet, but I was like, that's a little creepy. So now every time I go to the bathroom, even when I go pee, I put the blind down. I put the thing down. Because I'm like, I'm going to the bathroom. It's like, come on, let me go to the bathroom without birds flying at the window being like, hey, Court, hey. It's like, hey, let me go to the bathroom without you. I always tell Spirit, like when I go to the bathroom, like, leave me alone. And when I need my alone time, leave me alone. Like, leave the room. I'm okay. Leave the room. Man, I don't know why I keep saying amen. I don't know what's up with that. I think it's all the funerals I've been to. And I didn't go to church Easter Sunday, and I should have. I've been thinking about that. But I have a friend that lives in Lowell, and he's been trying to get me to go to temple with him for a long time now. And I want to go. I want to go check it out. Baby girl, you still looking at your mama? You still looking at your mama? It's a come on, cushion. Come on, kisses. Oh, come on. No? I'm just gonna sit there and look at me oddly. So, the lovers, you're in a tangled situation. But to me, you know, guys, a lot of people with the lovers are like, oh, this is an important decision. But to me, it's like there's a decision, but there's already that important person. I don't necessarily think there's other people. So it's like I don't rule out exterior energy like that, like exterior sexual energy, maybe exterior energy to those who are kind of like, what would this one think, or what would this one think if it comes to like religion or cultural stuff, you know. But to me, it's like the lovers is two people that already have that incredible bond, that already intertwined. You know what I mean, jelly beans? So to me, it's like, yeah, you gotta make a decision, but when it comes to that person, to me, it's not like, do I choose this one or that one? To me, you know exactly who that already is, you know. So it's like, to me, it's not really a choice. You know, if you already, whoa, there was no reason for that to fall. I didn't even hit the freaking table, and I got my crystal, big ass freaking quartz, sitting next to it. Okay, so I don't know, because I said to me, it's like I feel like you don't really need to make a choice. The choice is already there. Like you already made the choice. You already know who this person is. It's not really a choice to me. You know, that's how much that type of bond is already intertwined in that card. And now we have the Two of Pentacles with the Three of Cups. But to me, this is the deck that has a couple in it. This, to me, it's black and white. It's, you can be happy. You can choose to be happy with this person or not. You can choose to balance out the scales. Whatever decision this is, it is emotional because it is quite the bond. Could it possibly be talking about third party in this situation? Possibly. Because again, that song came to me, break up with your girlfriend, but I don't think it is. To me, this is complete black and white. Hold on, let me find out though, so I know how to read this. Read. No, so this is not third party. Some of you in a third party situation might read it that way, which is fine. But for those who are not in a third party situation, this is it. I got a green speck on my nail. I don't even know where that came from. I can't get it off. That's bizarre. So this talks about this bond that you have and trying to ground a situation, trying to balance out a situation so something can come into fruition. That's too many. No, it's not. This is not a third party situation, but I'm saying for those who are in a third party situation, read it that way. But this is not. Opa. I know, Greeky stuff. And we got the World. So it's like completion here. It's ready for one door to open and another chapter to close, one to open, yada yada. And she's looking down at all this. So it's kind of like, to me, it's kind of like, because that's the world, and this one's ready, but there's a pair here, so it gets tricky because you got this one energy, and it's a feminine energy in these cards. So you have a situation where it's like, let's go, it's time. Or you have another situation where it's like, I got to wrap up what needs to be wrapped up because this isn't coming together. Like, because to me, right here would be a reconciliation with this Three of Cups, especially with the world there, because it's clear as day between two people, but something's not happening. So basically, say you're in a relationship and you guys are arguing, it's like you're not seeing eye to eye, or you're waiting on another person, but it's like it's time to wrap it up. It's the world. It's about to get wrapped up. If this doesn't come in, I'm telling you, it's getting wrapped up. There's there's, there's no way it's not getting wrapped up. It's like time to close this chapter. If a reconciliation's coming in, great. If not, they're wrapping it up. Okay. This card just slid like a snake would, and it's ironic because there's a snake right there. They just slid like a snake, and I just repeated myself, so I'm gonna stop. So there is most definitely a person here, and if you guys cannot manage to figure this out, it's like, let's go, it's time to wrap this up, because again, that damn song, break up with your girlfriend, yeah, because I'm bored. But that also talks about somebody sleeping with somebody else in a way too, but she's also very spiritual too. So it's like, if you're that bored, it's like, break up. If you're into other people, break up, go party, go date. Okay, because it's like, but to me, I'm hearing like, feeling like, don't get distracted, all right, because in all reality, there's a lover here, and you already know who this person is, and if you guys can't figure out this, because it's so black and white, if this doesn't come together, the universe is going to wrap this up. Say sorry. You got the Ace of Cups with strength. Okay, so it's like, again, not feeling this pleasure, and she's not, okay, because her back is turned. The world is turned its back. So it's like self-love, satisfying your own needs, and having the strength. Because I'm telling you, if this doesn't come together, they're wrapping this shit up. So another prime example of what it is I was discussing this morning. Okay. And I know some of you, again, don't want to hear that, but I'm a strong believer, if that one doesn't come in, whether it's meant to be or not, it sucks. You might have to do it another lifetime, but I'm a super strong believer that you believe me when you will get what you deserve. Trust me, you will. Okay? Because it's like you're not getting the pleasure from this lover, right? Take that self-love and have the strength to move forward, is what this read is saying. If this doesn't come in, okay? Because I still feel there's a chance for it to come in, and I shouldn't even have to question this. Yeah, I'm surprised they answered me, because the Two of Pentacles here, so that chance is still there, okay? But it's like she kind of turned her back. Even it's the world, but it's like it's the divine, and it's like she kind of turned her back because she doesn't have that pleasure. And it wants me to talk about the Lotus. And I don't mean to get off base with this. I mean, I know I normally do that anyway, but we're in the middle of a read, and I am going to switch it up real quick, and then I'll go back and break it down because I want one more card at the end of this pile. I'm making room. I have a tattoo on my leg. It covers from like it's big. It's got the kids' names, and there's lotus flowers all over it. And before I was spiritual, this is what it wants me to tell you. I didn't even know what a lotus meant, or I just picked out a lotus because I liked the way it looked, and it made me think of like a lily pad, and I had my own reasons for it. But I didn't realize how symbolic a lotus was. And then, you know how you got Facebook and Snapchat where it says a year ago or 4 years ago? I'm looking back at my old Instagram that I had for like forever, but I only posted like maybe like 10 things because I wasn't on Instagram a lot. I was more of like a Facebook person. But every single quote was so spiritual before I even went down the spiritual path. So what it's basically telling me to tell you is that go back and reminisce, go back and look. Like there had to have been some type of blockage for somebody that didn't have you continue doing what it is you're doing. Yes. So if like, Kaden, sorry, you distracted me for a minute because this is important, this message. So there had to have been something before you became spiritual where there's some type of blockage. I guess maybe try to figure out what that blockage is. It could have been this person, or this person stepped into your life. It could have been that too, you know, but to me, it really had me. I'm not opening this. It's frozen. You want me to open this?
I want you to cook it.
Here.
No, I want you to cook it.
So I think that's what it was trying to like tell me with you guys. You know what I mean? Like Kate and John. I don't want to hear you slurping. Love you though. Thank you. There had to have been something. So I don't know. Like I said, I have the lotuses on my legs before I even realized it. Looking back at memories, being like, holy crap, I can't believe like I was sending messages out there before I even really went down that path. There's something here like that. Okay. I want to get one more card. But as of right now, this read, for me to like recap real quick before I clarify, there is somebody here. You do have a chance to have a reconciliation. All right. And the world's kind of the divine's trying to get it to happen. But at the same time, it's like, it's not really happening. And it's not TikTok, but like
TikTok?
Your back is turned to the Ace of Cups with the strength here. So again, it's that lack of pleasure. Because that satisfaction you can have with a particular person, but it's not happening. You know, so it's like, let me get one more. Because this card's going to tell the final story. Not like the final story, but like, because her back is turned to the pleasure. No, her back is turned towards empowerment. Or she's going to have to turn her back to pleasure and go towards empowerment. Yeah, because now we have justice, you know, so it's like, again, you know, free will. Okay, but you know what we talked about when it came to the free will. So it's like going in it, it's almost like going in it blindly too. But like, so this means you're going towards your own karma. You're gonna find some type of pleasure in something. They're gonna give you some type of pleasure if it's not this. And it's gonna be unconditional love. It's gonna be somebody, they will give you that love that you need. Because justice is here. And some people can read this as justice is here, so something will come in. But I feel like this has been on the board for a while, okay? And it's like, we are wrapping this up, guys, okay? I'm not going to be talking about this forever. So it's like, this was a story that's been being told. I didn't choose to tell it, but I did. It's the route I took. Unknowing unknowing that I was actually telling a story. Okay. So it's like we're wrapping this chapter up. And if you don't have this, basically what it's saying is that karmically you did what you could have done on your behalf, and you're good. You will get that unconditional love. You need to have the strength to move forward and go towards something new. Okay, like that's what this is saying. You know, it's like, yep, there sure is that lover, but it's like it's black and white. Somebody knows, but yet nothing. All right, so it's like that's gonna get wrapped up. That's going to get wrapped up real soon if this doesn't come in. There's still a chance for it to come in, guys, because there's still a chance to balance out a situation. But if it doesn't, I'm telling you, that unconditional love will be given to you. You need to have the strength, okay? You need to go after a new pleasure, all right? A new pleasure, and it doesn't have to be sexual, all right? Can gotta plug your ears up sitting here right now, apparently.
Huh?
Earmuffs.
I don't have any.
You don't have any? So, you think that's gonna work?
Yeah. It's good enough. I'll be back. Stop.
So what this is telling me is like, have the strength. You know, it's something's coming your way, and it might not be this particular situation. And yeah, this would effing suck to have to do this all over again in another world. But in all reality, would you know? You don't really know until you get to a point where you actually break condition and you're like, damn it, I've done this before, like son of a bitch. You know, it's like that type of energy. But like nobody wants to do that, you know? So I'm gonna clarify one by one, and kind of see what's coming at you if it isn't already come at you, because this is about to be wrapped up. And I understand, you know, there's some type of situation here too where it's like it might be hard for somebody to really express. Oh my God, you actually put earmuffs on, headphones that look like earmuffs. It might be hard for somebody to really express or whatever the situation is, but that's part of their karma. And if they can't overcome it, then you know, so be it, because it's like they're not having it. They're not having it anymore. Is that anyone in particular I should answer?
I cancel.
So tell me about this lover, because this is this bond that you have with somebody, okay? And it's like, if it doesn't come in, you have to turn your back, because you're not getting the pleasure in any aspect, not just sexual, okay? It's like what's happening is like this person, so it's almost like you can combine satisfaction with empowerment, but it's not happening. There has to be some type of like blockage. So it's like the universe is going to come in, the divine's going to come in, interfere, which I'm sure they already have if we got into this approach already, to get you where you need to be. And it's the hermit, see, so the lover. So it's like this is somebody isolating themselves from you, and it's like they might be in the midst of soul searching, trying to figure out what's going on, especially if it's a fresh feeling. But I can't just be like, oh, all of a sudden it's a fresh feeling, because these fresh feelings have been on the board for a long time, all right, for weeks, all right? So it's like, yeah, it's like you don't gotta like jump or dive in, but like it's just, you could be dealing with a Virgo, but to me this is, you know, straight up somebody isolating themselves from you because their back is turned, you know, so that's isolation. But when you're in that mode, it's soul searching, and it's beautiful because they're thinking about you, they love you, but, or whatever the case may be, you know, but it's like, it's so hard for them to balance out the scales, but it's like, the divine's going to wrap this up. It's like, they're going to make sure that they give you some type of pleasure that puts you in a new direction where you're not going to question this like this. So it's like the Ace of Wands with the Two of Pence. So to me, it's that it's the not the inspiration, not the insight. It's like an epiphany, but like this person knows. Okay. It's looking right at the Hermit, and it's like they have insight, but yet they're still not coming in, you know, so they're choosing not to. You know, we legitimately have someone here that's choosing not to follow their destiny, you know, confront karma. I think it's more because we were talking about the higher self and the lower self, and somebody is in that darker energy, and it's like the whole runner and chaser. They know they can have something solid. They can definitely comprehend it, but like it's either gonna come together or it's not. It's one or the other. There's no in between. Okay. So with the world, so again, this person might not come in. This person is like, is, you know, hanging themselves to dry. It's buffering.
No, it's not. Oh.
Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay. So see how it's like a face off? So some of them, okay, some of them are going to choose to stay in isolation. Okay. So tell me about the world. And others are gonna come in. And because I was about to say with the Knight of Wands sitting on top of the Three of Cups, that's lots of sexual energy, that type of stuff. But that's not about a third party. And if there is a third party, I suggest you wrap it up. All right, break up with your girlfriend. Yeah, because I'm bored. Okay. But that's not what it's really about. That's about reconciliation. So you're either going to get a message or not, or the divine is going to give this person one more message. And if this person doesn't decide to go towards what they chose when they were born, then that's free will. Okay? But don't think other aspects of your life won't crash down and that you won't continuously repeat the same cycle over and over and over because somebody doesn't want to talk or break the silence, because the Hermit's back is turned towards you. So it's like, to me, this is somebody who's probably not even talking to you, somebody that's isolating themselves right now. Okay. Tell me about the world. SpongeBob SquarePants, SpongeBob SquarePants. Tell me about the world. The world? Can we talk about the world? Thank you. All right. So, like I said, it's very divine. This person has one more chance. They're being led to the Ace of Cups. They got one more chance to make this right. They got one more chance to go after unconditional love. Okay. So, because she's looking right up at the cup. You know, so the world, the divine's giving this person one more chance. Okay. One more chance to go after pleasure or, yeah, satisfaction. All right. Because it's like, this is somebody's empowerment, but the way they're controlling, this is the wrong type of control. It's the wrong type of empowerment. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, you got one more chance to go after unconditional love. If you don't have the strength, justice will prevail. That's a smackdown. Okay. And then you don't continuously get second chances. It's not going to work that way, because for this other energy, they're going to get justice in their own way, you know, and it's like, in the correct way. And trust me, you will get somebody that will give you what you deserve. But you have an energy that knows there is unconditional love on the board. And this must be hard for you guys, because it's like that other person that you have this unconditional love for, it's like they don't watch tarot. They don't know what's really happening. But at the same time, they've gotten enough messages and synchronicities. You can be freaking so stupid. You can be high stupid. You can be whatever stupid you want to be, okay? And I'm telling you, they're smart enough to know when they see signs and synchronicities, whether it's music or a scent of somebody, and they'll be like, oh, that reminds me of her, or that type of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter how stupid you are, they're getting this message. Okay? So, if they choose not to have it, then so be it. Holy shit. I know that wasn't you. That my phone just flung. Okay? As I said, if they choose not to go after it, so be it. And that shit just flung. Caden's like, it wasn't me. I'm like, yeah, no, I know. I know that shit. I know it wasn't you. I'm not, don't be upset. I don't cry. I get it. This is hard for some people, but you need to understand what's coming at you is going to be beautiful. Beautiful. You will have, and I got the goosebumps. You don't even understand. Like, you will have exactly everything you wanted with this person 10 times more than you could ever imagine. I'm not kidding. Okay, I'm really not. But this person still has a shot, guys. This person still has a shot. It's not going to be much longer, because I'm wrapping this up. I'm moving forward. I'm ending this story like we talked about. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, I did not choose to come on here and think I was going to be telling you a freaking story. I've been reading a chapter book, a huge ass chapter book for a year. It is time for the story to end, whether it comes in or not. Those who do things properly, the right way, hope, belief, you keep going. You're empowered. You're on your path. You will most definitely get what you deserve. And I'm telling you, that phone flung when I said that. Flung. And a lot of you guys said your phone fell. So I'm telling you, like, if some of you want to send a message to this one more person, then go ahead. I'm actually going to encourage you to do that. Because if you know you have a person like this and you want one more shot, my phone's shaking. You want one more shot at this, then you go ahead and send that message and you be honest, and maybe you give them that one more shot, okay? Others of you, you don't have to. But I don't know. Is it you? Can you move? Because I feel like that one was you. Yeah, okay. I wanted to make sure. So yeah, for some of you, I am going to encourage you. I'm sticking that phone. It's real tight now. That should not fall at all. It is okay. Some of you can send one more message if you choose to. Okay? But please understand, if you choose to send a message, please don't expect anything in return. If you get a message in return, that's great. But don't expect it. And you don't have to. You don't have to at all. Especially if you've done it numerous times and this person should be reaching out to you. It really just depends on how you feel about the situation. But it's on you. Okay? And I'll leave it at that. And you guys can keep writing that all you want. Perfectly fine. You don't have to send you a message, but I was encouraged to tell somebody to send that message, and I'll leave it at that. Okay. And I do gotta call my daughter. What is her damn number? I forget now. Is there a redial? Phone. Redial. I don't even know how to use a damn house phone anymore. Shit. What's your sister's number? You got your phone on you?
No.
Where is it? All right, you gotta move.
Why?
You gotta move because I'm tired of my phone doing that. That was definitely with you. That was definitely you. You gotta move. I love you.
Anywhere.
No, you gotta move. I'm in the middle of a read. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay. Or pause it and come back to it in a little while. Can you do me a favor and go call your sister? Go give me your sister's number, please. I don't know it. Kate and John, I'm talking to you.
No.
No, I'm talking to you.
Oh, I have my phone.
Call your sister.
No, I'm not calling her.
I need to talk to her real quick. Call your sister, and I'm asking you to move. And then you can come back, okay?
Alright, 603.
Don't say it out loud. Just give me the damn phone. Just give it to me. I'm going to call her.
Not mine. Give me the house phone. Give me the house phone. House phone.
You're a pain in the ass. I already did the first 3 digits. Now put in the last 4. So, sorry about that, guys. But if you guys don't want to text, then don't. Okay? That's your business. I'm just saying I was encouraged to tell someone to do that. Tell me about the Ace of Cups. Hey, what's up? I'm working. What'd Kim say? Maybe. Let me think about it. I'm just in the midst of work. I'll call you back. I said I'll think about it. What part of that didn't you understand? I'll think about it. Duh. I love you. That's what that means. Give me some time. I'm not doing this with you. I'm letting you go now. I'm working. I will let you know as soon as I have my decision. Goodbye. What part of that, like, don't you understand? She's my only child that questions me like that. It's like, don't do that to me. Ace of Cups. And then she dares my ass. Anywho, Ace of Cups. So this person can go after unconditional love. They know they have love with somebody. So I hope for you guys, for those who have been waiting and hoping. And for those who are waiting, okay, I don't, it doesn't really work that way. If you're doing your thing, that's good. So it's the 6 of Pence. So again, it's like 2, 6 justices here. We have all of them. But it's like, it's hard because you guys are polar opposites. It's like one's got the devil's hand, one has the angel hand, okay? And it's like, you know how sometimes I talk about you might be dealing with somebody who possibly has like a bipolar or something. It may be for some, but not all. It could just be polar opposites, okay? But it's like, yeah, you guys are completely different. You guys are polar opposites, okay? But that doesn't mean that you can't balance out the scales. It doesn't mean that you can't work together, come together and compromise. You know, if you're blocked, you're blocked, you know, that's it. You're blocked, you're blocked. Shout out to Nick. All right. Did I put a smile on your face?
That's not.
So they have a chance to come in and karmically hash something up. I think this person, I think what the hard part is that there is love, okay? But it's like, maybe this person really just wants to date. Maybe this person doesn't want a commitment, you know? So it's like, why talk about it? But it's like, it's part of their karma. Like I said, it doesn't matter how dumb you can be. And I really even hate saying that, but there's some dumb people, okay? This person, no matter how dumb or stupid or high or whatever the case, it's like they're seeing something. So it's like they're being pushed in your direction and they're still not. Okay. So it's like that again will lie on them when it's said and done. Chances are they might repeat the same cycle over and over, and it is what it is, troops, okay? But this person knows, but they also know your opposite. So I think it's really hard for this person, but at the same time, even a conversation, but it's hard because there's feelings, okay? So maybe this person's really like, well, I don't know what to do with these feelings. Well, just tell someone you have feelings, you know? So at least like you can take steps to trying to figure out certain things, but it's like this person is not even doing that. And I think it is because you guys are complete polar opposites. I find beauty in that, you know? That's fun. Life is not boring when you're polar opposites, that's for sure. You got to learn to compromise. But I've also come a long way mentally to be okay and to understand the concept of polar opposites. Okay. And another reason why it's strength, please. Another reason why it's so tough is because you guys are at the roads where you were in a different past life. Okay. Where's my little notes? They want me to do a past life reading for you too. And I can't get them all done, but past life, healing, and then the blending. Because they want me to break that down to you a little better so you kind of understand that concept of because it's all linked to like rebirth and reincarnation, a lot of things. Okay, so I'll get to that one when I can. It's the Two of Wands. All right, so it's like this is when the feminine comes in because it's like she's got the world in her hands. So if this person doesn't come in, like I said, okay, she's got the world in her hands. She's gonna be happy. She chose a path, you know, or the divine chose her path and she chose to follow it, however it resonates with you. All right. Or is this person knowing, or is this person that has to balance out satisfaction and empowerment? But as of right now, this person is not doing that. All right. They'd rather isolate themselves. They know they have to choose. See what I'm saying? See, you're not dealing with somebody who doesn't know the situation, but divine timing, okay, it has a lot to do with free will, okay? It's been divine timing for you guys' situation, for a certain group, you know, and it's like this person is stubborn as shit. But you got to understand if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. You believe me, you will get what it is that you want and you will move forward and you will be happy. Believe that. Okay? It's not easy for me to do this type of work and to tell you guys that type of stuff. You know, you got to be able to accept it for what it is. And depending on where you're at in your lesson, you know, some of you, I'm at this complete end in my lesson, but some of you are not necessarily at that complete end. Some of you would just come onto the channel, or you just found yourself in this situation. See what I'm saying? So it's like your reconciliation might not come in for like another year or so. It just depends on where you're at. Okay. That's really weird. Look at how this card stood on the floor. It made it perfectly in the crack. It's like, hello, where are you going to invest your time? Okay. Where are you going to invest your time? That's ironic. How crazy is that? Can you see it? It's just like, hello. Ooh, that really didn't want to come out. And it did no damage to my card. Weird, right? The way I had to pull that out, you'd think it would have did damage, and there's not even a marking on it. So that's a big message for somebody. Where are you going to invest your time? Okay. Justice. So it really just depends. And I know everyone's like, oh, I really wish you would stay and continue this. But it's like, no, I signed up for this knowing what I wasn't signing up for. You know what I mean? And it's like, I'm not constantly going to continuously do this. So it depends with justice. All right. So this person's either going to come in and it's all going to work out, or you, my dear, got a new path and the world will be yours. So see what I'm saying? Either way, you're going to be happy. I really feel like this is one of these reads, and I've explained it before, okay? If you're content where you're at and you've gone through these lessons and you're happy-go-lucky, you always have your ups and downs, but you're moving forward, you're doing good, you know, that type of stuff, chances are this read is for you. If you're in a situation where it's like you're still crying on a daily basis, you can't concentrate, you can't think, your world's falling apart, that's either you're not ready, or that's either the chaser trying to be like feeling the pressure. So it really just depends, okay? But I'm telling you, as a woman in this situation, you are content with where you're at in life. You will always have your ups and downs, but you look forward to anything coming at you because you know you deserve what's best, because you've taken care of yourself and you've come first. Then if this person doesn't come in, the world is yours. Your path has been cleared. This contract will be wrapped up. Okay? I also feel like there's certain situations too with the Hermit here. It's like this person knows you have unconditional love for this person, and they kind of take advantage of that. You know what I mean? And it's like the universe is not going to let them continuously do that because there's feelings. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think somebody thinks they can just come in at their own time, and it legitimately doesn't work like that. And this person you're dealing with might not even be arrogant. This person might just be caught up in their feelings. But at the same time, if you've expressed your feelings to them, but yet they won't express their feelings to you, then they don't want it. Because I know there's still fear attached and karma, but it's like, this is so divine. Like I said, no matter how dull someone is or can be, they clearly understand. They're clearly getting the messages to go in your direction. Okay. So if they're not, then they're not. All right. But I will tell you, justice will prevail when it comes to the one who's following destiny. All right. And to me on my board, it looks like it's the feminine. Now, you could be masculine watching this and being in feminine energy too. If I have a lot of masculine followers, and if you've been resonating to this story and it's just the opposite sex, you've been in this you've been in this feminine energy, okay? Which is a beautiful thing. But now you need to kind of step back into your masculine energy. All right, and as the feminine, got to come in and balance out that masculine energy too. So it's the same thing no matter what sex you are. All right, but it's tough, guys. I get it. I get it. All right. It can be painful. I've gone through this pain. I've felt this pain. I've reached out. I've spoken my truth. I've done all that. Okay. I've been in these situations, so I can explain to you what's happening. All right. I don't know like what's gonna happen with you guys. Hopefully me and mine can just remain friends and we'll be good. Okay. But for some of you guys, it's not gonna work like that. You know? Because at the end of the day, the amount of growth I had, I want him, and he knows it. You do what's best for you, and I do what's best for me. mean, jelly beans? If you're still blocked, hopefully this person unblocks. If it's time for this person to come in, they'll unblock you. A lot of reasons why people get blocked, guys, is because either, yeah, you can be a nuisance, or it's just they can't handle the connection. You know what I mean? And it's like it's just easier for them to block because they don't want to address certain things. I guarantee this person's been in relationships plenty of times, but to come in and have a relationship with this other person would be completely different. This is using your higher power, your higher empowerment, your higher energy, your higher self. You know this could be solid. This is not any type of relationship they've ever had before. They know they have to come in and talk about their feelings and their emotions, and they haven't done that like that within another relationship. Communicate like that. Okay. And trust me, it wouldn't. I don't think it'd be easy for the other person either. As easy as I think it is to write things down in person, guys, it's different. I've been there. It's different in person. But you still got to remain in that power to do it without feeling humiliated or upset, or you just don't want to question yourself when it's said and done. You know what I mean? And it's not easy, but you got to think about it. Whoever you have this connection with too, whatever you've gone through, they've gone through, just in different ways. Okay. You guys are a lot alike, even though you're polar opposites. Your life was a lot alike. Probably the way you were raised, the way you think. All right. You may think differently, but your brains think better together, if that makes sense. It's hard for me to explain, but there's so many similarities. Once you're awakened enough to look at your scenario and then look at their scenario, you can place yourself in that scenario, but in a different way of what your experience was. So it's like it's hard when you find someone like that, because you guys trigger each other too, you know. But to me, it's like enough's enough, you know. um and that's what they're saying. And the last time I said, you know, enough's enough, I got a divorce. You reach that point where enough's enough. And I've said that the last couple months, and I was like, I'm not going to read this anymore. And some days it comes out and some days it doesn't. That's why I chose to do all these parts for you, because then at least I know what I'm getting myself into, and I can control my emotions behind it. And it's easier for me to read for you. You know what I'm saying? Because everything we read is not always necessarily my story, but it is still linked. You know what I mean? So it's like, even though I find peace at the end of mine, or I felt peace within the last year with my situation, some of you haven't found that peace, you know? So I think it's just important to really find that inner peace and accept, you know? Because this is energy of enough is enough. You know, and I'm at the point where enough said. It's time to end the chapter. It's time for us to move forward, go in new directions, not have this type of energy hanging over our heads, you know. That was Katie hit the table. That wasn't a tower moment. A lot of the other ones were, but that he just happened to hit the table. So I understand you guys are all in hard energy, difficult energy, okay? But just know that you come first, and make sure when it comes to pleasure and empowerment, you're doing them both, because both are just as important in this journey. Okay. So if somebody wants to deny themselves one thing or another, then so be it. That's on that person. But we talked about that a lot yesterday too. You know what I mean? Some of you might be better off blocking it and walking away. We build this attachment to something, and you got to realize that attachment starts with you, your own thoughts. You tell yourself this is your person. You tell yourself it's meant to be. You tell yourself X, Y, Z, or you got readers who tell yourself this is the way it has to be. But in all reality, a twin flame journey is for somebody to come in, you awaken each other. And it happens on different levels at different times sometimes, especially when you're in separation, because that's what they call it. But to me, this is a soul. It's a soul journey. It's an individual soul journey. And you can take the journey together, but as individuals. And some of it will come together. Because for a very long time, they weren't even allowing the flames to come together. The only reason why they are now is because of the generation, okay? And wanting the word out. It's more about working, leadership roles. Because a lot of these, they're not really supposed to come together. It's not like that. You're supposed to either be with a soulmate or a life partner. So the ones that are in twin flame journeys are definitely on a spiritual road. You can't, there's no going backwards. Good morning. But I think, like where we go next is going to be beautiful and beneficial for sure. You know what I mean, jelly beans? I'm just gonna pull one more card. And I'm still gonna talk about beliefs and what got me on my journey and certain things, but like, I'm not gonna change the world, okay, or try to change somebody's point of view or an outlook by continuously talking about the same thing with this situation. Just not, So we have the Nine of Swords. This is, with the Eight of Pence, someone's nervous to start this journey. The Eight of Pence to me it's like an apprenticeship too. It's a new job. It's a new future. It's a new study. It's just new. And there's like a little bit of anxiety. This fear of change. This fear of new. This fear of movement. But that's for somebody to break through. Okay, the Magician, the Star. It's time to break through. Use your magic, your wisdom, and the Wheel underneath that. I think somebody is afraid to be hurt, but you know what? I don't know what to say. I've bypassed that already. You want to get rid of this one? The Mang something, just delete them right off my page. Whoever that is. If you're gonna let fear stop you, can I have a monitor get rid of this person, please? If you're gonna let fear stop you, hold on. I took care of it. If you're gonna let fear stop you, you're missing out on living your life. Okay. Life is about fun. We're all born. Here's the messed up thing. Well, it's not that it's messed up, but if you look at it in a spiritual, biblical way, okay, it's like we're here to lead our purpose. We're here to be leaders. Whoever can break through that conditioning. You think it's easy to be the president? You think it's easy to be XYZ? It's not, okay? It's like we know the consequences, but we choose to do it because that's where we feel pulled or empowered to make a difference, okay? And it's like we're all born with that urge, the thrill, the seeking. But it's like so many people, they let fear, the thought of what other people would think, stop them. And then the people that actually lead get shit on, but it's like too bad, so that's what I'm saying. There's only so many people that step into that power, but it's all given to us. You all feel that strive, that thrill, that pull towards something, so Yeah, I deleted him. Hold on. And then when you lead, it's hard. You're doing the right thing, but it's hard because everyone has different beliefs because people don't break conditioning. But it's like when you choose to lead and to be happy and put yourselves in those type of situations, your life is very beneficial. And it's like you look at certain people as being like cocky or this and that, and it's like they're not cocky. They just broke conditioning, and they can laugh at people who want to look at them any differently, you know. So it's how you want to look at life. But I will tell you, we were all meant to lead, you know, so to make a difference. And people can look at that in many different aspects. Not everybody is going to agree with what I do next, you know, but that's okay. People aren't going to agree what you choose to do, you know. I'm looking at this bird and it's sitting on top of the canoe. So it's like your destiny, your karma rolled back around. You know, you're on the boat. It's not easy, but you can do it. You can do it if you choose to. You know what I mean, jelly beans? So, anybody have any questions? Because I don't know if I'm going to be on later necessarily. I am going to do one of those readings for you today, one out of the 3, and I'll let you know when it's available. I'll figure it out. It's not stupid if you reach out to somebody. It's not. You're following your soul's desire, and if it doesn't get reciprocated, then so be it. But I just hope you're in the energy that you can accept the so be it. And then if you are in that energy, there's only so many times you're going to do that. So don't feel stupid. You know, it's like, don't, because you're only going to allow yourself so many times before you do that. You're just working with lower energy that makes you feel a little weaker, but you all have the ability to empower yourselves. So look at it differently. You know what I mean? What happened to patience? Well, that's a whole nother topic. Yeah, I mean, people are in the energy of patience for sure, but you can only be so patient. If the other person is not reciprocating, do you think it's fair that people tell you to sit there and be patient? Think about that. Patience comes in when you're in a situation that calls for patience, that calls for compassion. Okay? I'm not the average reader, guys. I don't read from Google or to tell people, you know, just have a little more patience. Well, maybe have patience with yourself, not necessarily the other person. Okay? Not, don't lose your shit with the other person, but like, again, if that person, you know, patience is for in situations where it's necessary to have patience with your children, with yourself, with your job, with your outlook, with other people who are partaking, when you have to have patience. Patience does not sit around and wait for the other one to step in and learn a lesson that way. No, you're keeping yourself stuck and stagnant. You're keeping yourself in a situation of energy that has nowhere to flow through your body. We all have chakras. We gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like, no. Okay? That's not That's not patience to me. That's called waiting. That's you sacrificing your happiness, your satisfaction, your empowerment. We weren't put on this world to sacrifice that stuff. We're here to embrace and make a difference. And some of you can be okay with that, and others will be like, well, fuck that, because all these other readers say patience is all about really sitting back and being patient and waiting. No, you don't wait in life to do anything. You follow your soul's desire. And if your soul is your desire at this moment is to be with somebody else, but that other person is not reciprocating, find another desire. Find something that makes you happy, content. All right. Patience, again, is when there's a situation that you're confronted with. That's when patience comes into play. Patience is not waiting for somebody to come in to make you happy. Any other questions? I can answer like one more before we wrap this up. It's a very hard lesson. But patience is still partakes. But when you said patience, I knew what type of patience you were talking about. Best way to grow gifts is just follow whatever it is you're passionate about, whatever makes you happy, whatever makes you feel empowered, pushing through conditioning, researching, experimenting, playing with them. So what, you're different. That's not a bad thing. It's okay to be different. I'd rather be different. I posted something the other day about an eagle. An eagle fly alone. Pigeons flock together, or something like that. A lot of people choose the flock because they want to fit in, But like, I'm different, and each one of my friends have always accepted me for who I am, and they all know I'm different. They're all like, Court's here, We got Courtney in the house, so it's okay. You know what I mean? Some people, it doesn't mean they're not brave, okay? And there is situations on my board, I will tell you, that it is very difficult for other people to come in, especially this other person, the twin, the soul connection, okay? Because you weren't meant to come together this time, so it's even more complicated. Because it's like, it's so hard to follow that soul's desire because their destiny, they had a different destiny, a different path, and some people can change that destiny. It can be altered. But it can only be altered if you're doing the right thing. And if you're being called to lead, as crazy as that may sound to some of you, if you're being called to lead, then lead, but it is very difficult for some of them to choose that path. And for some of them, it is because of the fact that they were supposed to take a different path, but regardless, again, they know who you are, whether they can accept it or not. They'll always come back, but by then you can't look at it like, oh, too late, you lose. No, it's, I move forward, I'm happy, you find a way to make peace with it, so, and I'm very connected to my my other half's family that have passed over. Very connected to them. And it's hard. So I will always have my other half's back no matter what. Me and him will always be that to the day you die. You can't just take a bond and it's gone. It doesn't work that way. So it's you accept what this is and you move forward and you continue to be happy. It's not easy. And I will never give up on my other half, but he won't give up on me either. You know what I'm saying? It's like this person, even if they don't come in, guys, it's not that you're giving up on each other. It's just, again, polar opposites, and one of them doesn't want to compromise, or one of them wants no part. Again, free will. And it does suck that that other person could possibly repeat certain stuff, but like maybe they were meant to, because even twins sometimes, in our situation, they're not all meant to come together. We have all these readers and people that put all this hope into you, and which is great because you want the hope in the faith, but then sometimes it doesn't happen. But that's also your lesson to persevere through that and continue to have hope that you will end up finding yourself in a better situation. So life is not easy. When has it ever been easy? You know? I just missed, somebody wrote something and I just missed it. What does what mean, sweetie? It disappeared. Are you guys still with me? It disappeared. Oh, okay. What does a twin mean? It's like everyone has different explanations of a twin flame. But to me, my explanation is it's a challenge, okay? But it's just it's a soul bond that you have with somebody. You can feel somebody. You relate to them, and sometimes you guys are good at relating to each other and you can remain friends, or you can't. You're usually always polar opposites for sure, because it's lots of lessons in between. But to me, it's just it's a soul connection, a very deep soul connection. And when you find yourself in that situation, I will tell you, you will find yourself, you do have a life of challenges. You do have a life that's not easy to persevere and push through. So harder lessons than other people, harder challenges than other people. But it's just somebody you have an amazing bond with, and it's a lesson for you to figure out who you are, how to accept it. It's stuff like that. It's a whole lot, but it is someone who shares a soul with you. So it's hard. And think about, some people have twin flames as children or parents, and think about how hard that must be to try to have a bond, because it's like you purposely get pushed to find yourself, and then it's like teaching the other person, but at the same time it's like it's beneficial for both of you because they teach you in a way too that you're not used to. It's like the two of you, that's it's because you're so damn different, but it's like when you can look at other people's opinions or the perceptions in a different way, it just makes you a better person. It just gives you more knowledge, more wisdom to work with, you know but it should be somebody that encourages you to do exactly what it is you feel you want to do with your life. That it's like a cheerleader, once you guys can find that again, someone who supports you and unconditionally. There's a whole bunch of meanings to twin flame, but to me personally, it's just an extremely close bond, soul bond that you have with somebody. And sometimes they can be the most difficult until you learn to compromise and accept each other for who you are. And sometimes it's the complete opposite sex. And a lot of them are not sexual. A lot of people think that you're supposed to be together, especially sexually, and it's not. Chances are, if you're with that person and it's sexual, it's a life partner. And even your life partner, it doesn't have to be sexual. That can be a best friend. You know, could I be your twin flame? I mean, I could, but I know that I'm not. Okay. You know, I had one person that was complete obsession. She still has obsession when it comes to me. I still get emails and stuff, and it's like, it's your own thought putting it in there. It's just because I connect with you guys, and it's how you take a connection. What level do you take it to? Does it become obsessive? You know, and it's like, when it comes obsessive, that's when you need to put shit into check. I was with my twin more relentless, obsessed with trying to find out why, but not obsessed or deadly obsessed. It was more, why can't we figure this out together? But at the time, he didn't want to figure that out together, you know? So it's hard when you both are polar opposites. But at the end of the day, if you can, you know, if that unconditional love can come together and be accepted, you guys will figure it out. I have people obsessed all the time. It's hard when you connect with people, you know, and it's like, I went through that lesson so I can understand how someone else feels, and it can't be easy, you know. Answers will come and go. You always get your answers. It's just not, you're not looking at something the right way to receive it clearly, or you're not changing your perspective about something, you know. Guys, I know what it's like. I went through that whole thing. Everything that you've ever experienced, I've already experienced. I've already accepted. Yeah, I mean, you never wait. You always come first. Always. Hey. But I'm going to let you guys go. I got to get some stuff done. I got to run some errands. And maybe I'll be back later after I do everything that I need to get done. But I have my beliefs. Other people have their beliefs. You guys will have your beliefs, you know, at the bottom line, end of the day. As long as you're taking care of yourself, you're nurturing yourself, you're happy, you make sure that you're combining every aspect of your life, that you can feel liberated, feel like you're doing the right thing, making sure that you're nurturing yourself too, making sure you're having fun, you know, then you're good. And believe me, you still have your ups and downs, but you push through those a lot easier than you would have, like, back in the day. Like, you can have a bad day and the next day you wake up and you're like, oh, thank goodness. It's like it's not even on your minds anymore, you know? Once you start really taking care of yourself and figuring out what makes you happy, you have a whole another outlook on life. Took me a long time to figure that out, trust me. I have been taking care of my ex-husband and children. I always went out and had fun with my friends, but I always thought I had the confidence. You know, I say I could, you know, put my heels on and strut down the street real confident. But at the end of the day, that's not what it was about. You know, it was, I never put me first. I thought I was doing the right thing by even putting my children first, you know, making them dinner, making them bed, stay at home mom, making sure shit was done, you know, teaching them, raising them. And in the midst of that, sometimes you don't realize that you lose yourself because you're so dedicated to being a mom or whatever it is you do, you know, and it's like, that was never taking care of myself. That was never truly making me happy. And then when I took a step back and realized what it was like to really be happy and truly be happy and what that really meant, my whole life crashed. You know, it took a good year or two to really to figure out what that meant. But then once I did, my kids now only benefit from that. Friends now only benefit from that. You guys now benefit from that. So it's like if you got to take a year off and isolate or learn or whatever it is you do, a year or two, however long it takes, you do it, because I am determined for the 50 years of my life to live a happy life and have a happy outcome and leave a legacy for my children and make sure I'm putting them in the right direction so they can guide their children correctly. All right, breaking the family karma, stuff like that. You know, it's eye opening, but it's so much more beneficial for you and your children. And then once you find that, you become powerful, and then you can choose directions and you will have options. The universe will put them right in front of your face. Believe that. Okay, so I love you guys. Have a fantastic rest of your day. I might be back later. I will definitely get one of those videos out for you, okay? But very eye-opening, okay, information today. Especially if you're sleeping with somebody else or you're desiring somebody else, you know, that whole song, Break Up With Your Girlfriend. It's like, please do yourself a favor and do that. And then others, you know, we talked about free will. We clarified that. And no matter what religion you are, yeah, there's free will. But if you choose not to go in the direction you know you're being pulled to, that's when other aspects in your life fall apart, or in a biblical way, punishment, you know, and it sucks. But and then the energy that's been on the board, like feeling that empowerment and going after it, but making sure you're also combining pleasure. So I was really happy that Spirit gave me confirmation on that stuff through numbers last night, because I was like, whoa, I just told people to go have some one night stands, go have some fun, go mess around. But that's what they want you to do, especially for those who have been neglecting themselves. You know what I mean? And you don't even look at it like neglecting yourself. Like I'm in the whole like empowerment and I have fun with my friends and going out, but they're legitimately talking about pleasure. And to me, it was like, why, you know, to me, I got different outlooks on that, but like, I'll just leave it at that. You know what I mean? But make sure you're just combining. What is that, a damn flea? Damn. Make sure you're just combining every aspect of your life so you can make it a better life. That's all. Okay? Don't worry about anybody else's outcome. Worry about you. Pray for them if that makes it easier for you. You know what I mean, jelly beans? But at the end of the day, it's all about you. And if you have that other special person, then it's about the two of you. But you got to always make sure that it's reciprocated. period. And if it's not, then you know what to do. Your gut already tells you what to do. It's you just don't do it. Like break up with your friend. You know what I mean? Your gut already tells you, but you stay in it because of comfortability, because you don't want to get out of pattern. You don't want to get out of routine. You know, it's up to you whether or not you want to get out of routine. But if you're on a journey like this, like I said, your life was meant to be full of challenges, and a good way to break a challenge, or an easier way to get through a challenge, is to switch up your routine. Okay, but I've been telling people that for a long time. Switch up your music here and there. Switch up what you drink, you know, in the morning. You know, switch up the way you walk around your neighborhood. Go in the opposite direction. You know, switch up your bedroom, switch up the living room, switch up the paintings, switch up the colors. If you buy certain flowers, switch it up. That is one of the best ways for people who have difficult paths. And if you are on this journey, you were set up to have a difficult journey. Challenge after challenge after challenge, but push through them. And I'm telling you, the easiest way to do that is to switch up your routine. Okay? I love you. I'll see you later, Gators.